Well, when I saw what Christmas by Design was going to be about, when I saw the little blurb, when I saw the picture, in my preview, I said, I have nothing to say about this movie. I have no opinion. I basically thought this doesn't look like anything I'm going to enjoy. And I said, maybe it will surprise me. It did not surprise me. I guess it surprised me. What surprised me was how bad it actually was. This movie is terrible. It is at times like so unbelievably aggressively terrible that I can't believe it. And the number one reason that it's so terrible is because the main character is terrible. She's a terrible person. So it's not just that she is grieving the loss of her dad, which occurred, I don't remember if they say how many years ago, but it's definitely several years ago because her mom is remarried to this man who seems lovely. And this woman, who is supposed to be probably late 20s, I would imagine, mid to late 20s. She's been in New York, I think, at one point I thought she said she'd been working on this dream for 10 years, but I think she's been in New York for at least 5 years. I don't know, guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But she's this age, and when they show her mom and stepdad like kissing or hugging or something, she makes it look like she's a 13-year-old, like a bad 13-year-old. And she's like, to them. Because her mom has remarried this lovely man after losing her husband several years prior. That's just one example of how terrible she is. So let me show you this video clip of her being really terrible right now.
I must say, Charlie, I haven't seen your mom this excited in years. Having you home for Christmas is the best gift she ever could have asked for.
Yeah, well, I have a pretty busy week, so I hope expectations aren't too high.
We'll try to keep them at bay.
Wow.
And the way that her sister ends with, wow, is like, yes, wow, this is so terrible. So let me just break down what this movie is. Basically, she's a designer in New York running her own studio, and she doesn't want to go home for Christmas. She hasn't been home for Christmas for several years. And the only reason she goes home for Christmas is because the pipes burst at the place that she, like at her live workspace, and she has no running water. And that was one of the first things where I was like, she was even not sure that she was going to go home with no running water. And it was like, what are you going to do? I've had to have my water turned off like while they did work on stuff, because the pipes in my condo are like the worst. They actually wound up replacing like all the pipes and stuff because the pipes were the original from like 84, whenever this place was built. And it's very inconvenient to have your water turned off. Like, best case is that you mostly are at work or at school or whatever while this is going on. But there's no question that if your water was going to be turned off for a week, you are going to want to make other plans. It's a non-negotiable. You are going to have to go somewhere. I forgot to turn off my phone sound, so hopefully it doesn't start dinging a lot. Anyway, so she decides to like, okay, fine, I'll go home because I don't have water here. Her seamstress, who seems like she'd be a nice character, but she's not in the movie very much, has entered her into this contest to like, you have to design something Christmassy for, I don't know, for some big company. And like, if you win, then that's good because you'd make stuff like for his company and make money. And she was talking in the beginning about struggling because rent is high and she sells luxury items and people aren't really buying luxury items because nobody has money, etc. So, oh God, I'm just exhausted just thinking about it. Anyway, so she goes home for Christmas and she's basically like an asshole to like everybody. And she rolls into town and well, before she gets a chance to be an asshole to everybody, she rolls into town and has a car accident. Like, I don't remember what she was doing that she wasn't paying attention, but she rear ends this guy so that we can have supposedly a meet cute. But when she gets out of the car, his truck is so far away from her truck that I'm like, did this even happen? I guess she maybe hit him and he moved forward. I don't even know. His truck is totally fine, but her entire bumper falls off. And so conveniently, he is going to be the love interest and the mechanic. And one of the first problems, well, the first problem again is that she's an asshole. The second problem is that I am not a fan of this particular actor. I didn't look him up to see if he's been in anything else. And this is just a personal bias. But like, his he has facial hair, but it like kind of blends into his skin. And, that is a look that some people have, and that's okay. For me, he doesn't have a face that would make everyone in town all the girls in town are apparently aggressively pursuing him like he's George Clooney, like he's Tyler Hines, like he's, in my opinion, Paul Campbell. And he, for me, is not any of these things. He may be a pleasant young man, but they have set up him as being like, literally they show this girl being so ridiculous about her infatuation for this guy. It's like embarrassing and it's cringy and it's terrible. And then later we see other people doing that and it's like, it doesn't make any sense. This is absolutely completely ridiculous. It's just bad writing. It's just terrible. The way that they try to make it look like he is the town hottie and most eligible bachelor. So there's that. But of course, why do they even start hanging out? Let me see if I can remember. They start hanging out because her ex is the mayor, who is also a cringy. We only see him really in one scene. And in that scene, he's absolutely cartoon character terrible. Like they're playing bingo and it's a tie, of course, between her and the ex-fiance, who's the mayor. And they both have to go up there and the prize is going to be like this big gigantic stuffed bear or something. And he's like, yeah, such and such really wants that. And the lady, the main character, I don't remember her name. Oh, Charlie. Charlie, I remember her. The reason I remember her name is Charlie. Oh, I'll show you. Let me show you this other clip while I'm thinking about it, of how terrible she is.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hi, honey. Come sit. Yeah, just like old time.
Is everything okay, Charlie?
My name is Charlotte. Only my family calls me Charlie. Oh, honey, don't talk to him like that. And you're sitting in my dad's chair. Char. Don't. Don't what? Talk about dad? Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Excuse me? Ever since dad died, nobody even talks about him or mentions him. It's like he never existed.
It doesn't even matter that I'm showing you guys stuff out of order, that I'm talking about the movie and I just showed you a clip that is later, and it doesn't matter because you guys aren't going to watch this movie. I would strongly recommend that you don't watch this movie. You guys can do whatever you want. You have free will, but I would strongly recommend you don't watch it. Anyway, so where was I going? Oh, the bingo. And so she goes, who is such and such? And he says, that's my beautiful new fiance, my new beautiful fiance over there. Like he literally says that line. He doesn't just say it's my fiance. He literally says it like that to be like, I'm so terrible. Like she's already said, that he dumped her like a couple weeks after her dad died. So we already know he's a villain, but then the writer was like, we need to make sure that you guys know that this guy's terrible. So let him say this, which nobody would actually like utter that line as an answer to, oh, who is that? It's terrible. But they hang out so that like she, basically, I think to make it not to, I don't think she's trying to make it look like she has a boyfriend or anything in front of the mayor, but he is like, I'll hang out with you and then it'll look, then the girls won't try to like actively pursue me. Cause like how, that's really hard when everybody's trying to pursue you. I don't know what that's like, but apparently that's a really difficult thing. So I honestly can't remember why maybe, and she says, I'll help you with that if you like be my like model, because she has to make like a his and hers like Christmas outfit. So that's what it is. Anyway, she starts working on it, and the first pajamas she makes, I think, are just absolutely terrible, and you could get them from like any store or whatever. Yeah, I don't even know what else to tell you about the movie. They have moments of, they hang out. She works on pajamas. I do like Aunt Dee Dee in the movie. She's great. She deserves a better movie. Her dad used to be a tow truck driver. We find out because in their meet cute when they have their accident, she's like says something hella rude, like being a fashion snob about the fact that he's wearing coveralls. Like she's immediately such an asshole. It's absolutely ridiculous. But her dad wore coveralls, and later in the movie, he says that he wants to surprise her, and like they've literally known each other for days, and he has somehow found the tow truck that her dad used to drive on some sort of website, and like restored it or started to restore it. First of all, how is this possible? How is it possible? It doesn't seem possible at all. Second of all, you've known her for days and you bought an actual entire tow truck to restore as some sort of like gesture. Flabbergasted. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like none. Like even like to me that would be something that you would try to go and do like once you were dating, once you were married or something. But the fact that he could find that specific tow truck on it doesn't make any sense. And then her dad's coveralls are still in the truck. So this has turned into this like amazing gesture, and she says this is the best gift you could give me, even though again it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So guys, I don't even know what else to say about this movie. It's just so bad. I did not care. It was very difficult to care about anything that was going on with her because she's awful. And yeah, she's terrible. And they live happily ever after. And I didn't care. And this is definitely one iced peppermint mocha for me. No one should watch this movie unless you're a glutton for punishment, or unless you want to watch it and see if it's as bad as I'm saying it is. And I would rather watch that Godwink movie from a couple of years ago, because at least that was entertaining in its terribleness. And this movie, at least, I guess I wasn't bored because I was talking to the movie so much about how terrible she was. So it's not boring. So it almost makes me want to give it 1.5. And I'll think about that. But I'm probably going to stick with 1. But if I change my mind, I'll say so. because I would maybe give it the extra half for the fact that I was so like angry or annoyed watching it. Like I literally, this was me. So much of the time watching this movie. I don't know what else I need to tell you. If there's something else that I think of, I'll add it later. That's it. Thank you for being here. Please let me know what you thought of the movie. This has like a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. Only 50 reviews at this point, but I don't understand. But maybe somebody can explain to me. If you do like it, please just let me know. All opinions are welcome. That's why, that's what makes this earth a beautiful place, because we all have different ideas and we all have different opinions and etc. But please, if you did really enjoy this movie, I would love to hear that too. And if you would like to hit the like button, it makes my day. It makes my life. And if you would like to subscribe, that would also be amazing. But if you don't, I'm just, whatever. I'm grateful that you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And I can't wait for my next review, because I'm watching like a good movie that is going to be the next one I review. So thanks for being here. Okay, bye.